guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. So today I'm here with my design team project for Country Craft Creations. This is using the paper collection Chamel box of crayons. Let me show you the one of the cut aparts. I did do the design team haul video, so you can see this paper collection in full. This is the super fun paper collection that is full of stripes and polka dots and elementary colors and toucans and puppy dogs and cats and chameleons. It is just all over the place. I love this collection. It's chaotic. It's amazing. So I was trying to think of something that we can do that will showcase this collection. It kind of brought me back to like my Lisa Frank days, you know, when you're in elementary school, junior high, like fifth, sixth grade, and you know, we were really into it. You know, and we used to decorate our everything with Lisa Frank. Remember that? So this is what it kind of reminds me of. I also had in mind my friend Irene, her daughter Anaya. Hey Anaya, woo woo. She is super passionate about crafting as well, just like us. And, you know, I gave her some stuff and she's so grateful and just so creative. I showed her over Christmas how to make a little, how to cover a notebook, and she picked it up within seconds. So super amazing. So I wanted to do something that, you know, when she gets a little bit older, she can do these projects on her own. You know, so, you know, we got to start our crafters young. Those are our crafters of the future, right? So anyway, so this is going to be ultimately a picture frame, if you will, um, to display your child's, your grandchild's, your niece, whatever, your pictures. So yes, you can go to a dollar store, you can buy a picture frame, but who wants to deal with, you know, a 5-year-old with glass? Not me. So we're going to do this. This is, I think, a really great idea, not to toot my own horn, but I think this is going to be a super fun way to display your kids, your grandkids' artwork. You can change it out. I just remember as a kid, you know, when I did stuff in school, my mom would put it on the refrigerator, and then my brother would go in to get peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and there'd be like jelly or barbecue sauce or all kind of stuff on my pictures, and I was devastated. So this will kind of keep everything clean. You can display this anywhere. So that was my thought. Look, I can't even talk. My thought process behind it. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard at 10.5 by 11. One of them you're not going to do anything to, so just stick that one to the side. And then one of them is actually going to be your frame. Oh, you know what? You also need a very strong tape. I have the Scotch shipping tape here. It's the Rainforest Strong. It's the one that has the fibers in it. This one I used on the other one. This was the Scotch Tough Duct Tape, the DUCT, not DUCK. You can use the duct tape, like the regular different colors if you want. You know, if you want to match the paper collection and have that on there, you can do that. You just need a strong tape, not a clear packing tape, because I feel like with all the opening and closing, a clear packing tape is just going to break. So that's why I'm saying you need one of these stronger tapes. Okay. What else do you need? And you need a sheet of acetate if you want. I'm going to put acetate on mine just so it has that barrier, because like I said, nobody likes jelly hands. So mine will have that extra barrier. Okay, so you're going to need your X-Acto knife and your ruler. So for mine, the measurements, it's 1.5 inch border. Why did I pick 1.5 inch? Well, because of my ruler was 1.5 inch, and I didn't want to have to go through and make tick marks and connect the lines and whatnot. So I just literally traced my Victor ruler. This ruler is super cool. Oh, let me see if I can get it to. So this ruler has the 16th inches, the 8th inches. Come back. You guys saw it for a second. It has centimeters and millimeters. I really like this ruler. I got it from Amazon. Come on, focus. There we go. ish. Well, you get the point. I got it because I like to see, like, if I'm cutting 3 3/8, I want to know where that is, so I can just say, okay, the eighth mark is between the quarter and the half. So it was really easy. You can print these off Google, but this is an actual plastic ruler that you can see. And you know how like sometimes printers like to make it a little bit smaller? Um, so this is an exact measurement ruler. I really like it, especially when you're trying to, I do like the Tim Holtz, but they only have the 8ths. Do they have the 16ths? No. So, you know, it's just your preference on what you like. So all I did was trace around this ruler on all 4 sides. I took my X-Acto knife and I cut a big X in the middle. I did it on the front and the back. All I did was, oh, look at that. I didn't realize there was a piece taken out of that. Anyway, I took my metal ruler. This is the one from Walmart that has the corkboard non-slip back. I have hot glue on it. And I just corner to corner traced it with, well, actually I didn't do that with pencil. I just did that with my X-Acto knife on the front and the back, because it's so much easier to only have to worry about a little piece than trying to edge it up and pop it out. Same thing with the corners. So I did make the pencil marks with the Victor ruler, and then I just lined up this ruler and cut it out again on the front and the back, because this chipboard is pretty strong. You see here my lines on the back. And I had an oopsie daisy, so you know, whatever. So then you just pop out your 4 pieces, your 4 little triangles, and then you just clean up as best as you can. It doesn't have to be exact. See how the layer of the chipboard, you can barely see it, it's right here, is still there. You can clean it up or you can just leave it. I'm just going to clean it up just a smidge bit, just to kind of get that layer, and I should be able to pull it out, but I'm just going to cut it without cutting the rest of the chipboard. This is the chipboard from the www.countrycraftcreations.com. So it's not super thick, but it's thick. It has multiple layers. And don't worry if you accidentally cut wrong. We're going to cover that and you won't even know. Like, I got too excited with my X-Acto knife apparently and cut the wrong thing. So don't worry about that. Now this part, next part is up to you. I tried it both ways, as you can see with the tape. I was going to put the tape on first, and then I used a piece of acetate to cover, let me show you what I did. I put the tape on like this, and then took a piece of acetate and covered the sticky part, and then I covered the picture frame. But that way, honestly, was just too hard. I had to be exact, and you guys know I don't like to be exact. Okay, not that I don't like to, but I'm just never exact. So it was too much stress. This is supposed to be fun, not stressful. So what I'm going to do is cover mine first, put the tape on the side, and then at that point I will decide if I want to keep this tape showing or if I want to cover it with a different piece of paper or with like some type of design. I don't know. I kind of like these stripes because I'm gonna go with a polka dot page. So the stripes on the polka dot may be super cute. If not, then I will just put something else there. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out. You guys will find out at the same time I will. So let's go ahead and cover this. So this is gonna be my front, so I'm gonna flip it over. And I'm gonna glue my frame in place. So don't do that. That was way too much. I gotta be easy with the squeezy. That's what I used to tell my kindergartners. I used to teach kindergarten. And glue day, they love to make a mess, but if you say easy on the squeezy, they were easy on the squeezy. So, yeah. Tricks of the trade. Okay, so it's pretty covered well. You can put score tape if you want. I'm confident in my art glitter glue, so I'm not putting score tape. So I'm going to go ahead and do this like so. Make sure you varnish that on. You can use your spatulas. This little spatula came from Walmart in the 88-cent bin. In the cooking aisle, like where the measuring cups are. That's where I got this spatula. I don't know how you would use this in cooking, but it works great in crafting. So just make sure you're getting that glue spread on evenly. Now I'm just training my paper because we want that nice crisp edge. So train your paper. Manipulate that paper. You're the boss. Not this paper. Okay. So I learned a couple of techniques while I was in the Vegas retreat. Super fun. Shout out to all my ladies in Vegas and my one gentleman. Oh, there we go. Actually, Tammy's husband was there too, so all the ladies and gentlemen that were there. Okay. Paper's trained. So you can do the square method, this was Tammy's method, where you cut when you cross those, you just cut out that little square. I'm going to try it because I've never tried this method, but we're going to try it now. Okay. And then you have perfect, actually, yeah, you have perfect corners every time. I didn't cut on the line. Or you can do your traditional miter the corner like so. Either one works out. I'm going to try the rectangle method just to see if I like it or not. Seemed pretty easy. I can't see. This paper's so busy you cannot see the lines. Here it is. So I'm just cutting out where they intersect, but not on that X. Okay, so go one more that. I'm not sure if I like the square method yet. We'll find out. Okay, actually I'm going to tip in just slightly into these corners to kind of give it that edge. So new stuff gives me anxiety, so I needed to have that angled edge, and so I just, instead of having this corner, I'm just tipping into it just a tiny bit, and that's just personal. It probably does absolutely nothing, but it's just for my anxiety level. Weird, I know. That is the name of my game, though. Weird. Okay. So make sure you're training this paper because we don't want any cracks in the paper. So this part I am going to use score tape. I just happen to have a piece that was ready on there. Okay. So I'm just going to put some score tape around. You can use your art glitter glue for this part too. I just don't want to have to hold it while I'm on camera. We're already at 13 minutes. So I will go ahead and score tape it. It's your preference. I feel art glitter glue is strong enough. I've made a couple books where they're all art glitter glue, and I was comfortable with it. They didn't fall apart. So, okay. Okay. So you do want to make sure you get this good varnish on here. Okay. Good varnish. Got it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take my tape off, and I'm still going to put my art glitter glue in the crack up against the chipboard because I feel like that moisture just, you know, makes your paper a little bit more pliable. I've heard people say that they've spritzed their paper a little bit, but me, paper and water, that's probably not a good idea. So I'm just going to stick with this glue in the crack. The crevice, I guess I should say. Inside the nooks and crannies. And a little bit. Okay. Almost done with this part here. Okay. And this last side here. Okay, and then this next technique I learned in Vegas. I don't know if it's new or, I mean, well, it's new to me. You guys have probably been doing it for years, but yeah, I'm a little behind in the game. So again, we are going to go ahead and just cut our X in the middle. So this is the back, this is the front, this is the part that I want shown. So we are going to gently take our ruler and our X-Acto knife, and we are just going to line up our ruler to our corner to corner, and we're just going to cut our X. Okay. This you don't need as much pressure because it's a piece of designer paper. I don't know why my X-Acto knife popped out like that. Weird. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut my X there, and then flip it and cut your other side. So we're not going to pop this out. We are going to actually use this to cover the back of our this raw chipboard that you see. Super clever, right? I don't know, when I saw them do it, I was like, whoa, that's amazing, because I never thought of this. So okay, so we have our, seriously, I didn't even cut all the way through. I guess I need a little bit more pressure than what I thought. I guess I was too easy on the squeezy. I was too gentle with the X-Acto knife. Now we should be in business. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's lined up. Where's the line? And our X. Okay. All right, that should work. So now what we're going to do is, because this is the front, right? We're just going to flip these over, and it's going to cover the majority of that. So I just thought that was so cool. It gets rid of that raw edge in here in your frame that you try to, you know, ink up and whatever because you're trying to hide it. But look at this. You just fold your triangles back on themselves. And that will get rid of that ugly chipboard, raw chipboard in the center of the picture frame. How stinking cool is this technique? Now, obviously, it's not going to cover all of it. If you want, you know what I'm going to do? Let me see. Before I say something, let me say something. I think I'm going to stand by. Let's see. Sorry, my dogs are crazy. My son's friends are here. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this little excess. My dog is so funny. She's the hound dog. I think your friends are here. And it's so funny because my Yorkie will try to howl like she does because she's part hound, and he can't, and he makes like this crazy sounding bark. It is ridiculous. Okay, so all I did was cut this triangle off, and I think what I want to do is mat this triangle here in this corner, so that way all of my chipboard is covered. Oh, you can do that if you want. You can match it with the same if you want. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. Yes. Or you can not worry about it because it's the inside. It's totally up to you. I think what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to go ahead and tape mine, glue and tape mine down. Again, I'm just using square tape so I don't have to hold it. Okay. So I think I'm going to use the contrast side, because this is just going to be the inside of the picture frame. Now she's like, "Where are you taking my Corey?" Okay. So this what we're doing is actually the inside here. Okay. That's what we're doing. This is where you can also, if you don't want that tape showing, I'm going to put mine on the front here, and I'm going to put a strip of paper on there. Or you can put it on the back, and then just kind of finagle it. But like I said, I like my work to be stress-free. Sorry, I can't concentrate when my dog's barking crazy. Y'all know what I meant, though. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut this off. I'm going just a little bit under the line, just to make sure that you don't see the strip. And score tape. Make sure you get that varnish. How do you know if you got a good varnish is you should be able to just pick the backing off super easily. If you can't pick the backing off super easily, that means you didn't varnish it well enough, and that means your tape is not getting a perfect, it's not adhered perfectly. It's not getting a good adhesion. Is that a word? I think so. If not, that's the word we're going with. So cover up all my ugly raw chipboard in the center. And the same thing. So I'm just going to, well, I was going to pause it and finish this, but I'll just do this on camera. It's not too, it's, you know, just an extra minute or two. And I don't know, I may or may not put the corners in, because honestly, it's the inside, so do I really care? Not really. I mean, I might, because this is a gift, so let's go ahead and finish it. If it was just going to stay at my house, I wouldn't care. Because it's not about the frame, it's about the picture. Oh, whoops, I didn't put, that's fine. I didn't put glue on that one, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay. And again, you could have measured this out and cut the triangle, but I'm just going with the trace line. It worked. But for those of you who need to be exact, have at it. Okay. And my glue. The only thing is that one corner I didn't glue. The sides, like right here, it's just a little puffy, but again, it's the inside. So I'm not really too bothered by that. So here's my frame. Look at that. The inside is nicely covered. It covered up that miscut I had somewhere in here. Super cute, right? Since it's a gift, I guess I can go ahead and fix my corners. But I think I'm going to use the other side. The crazy, what do you call these, geo tags or something? I think I'm going to use that side. That side. Why? Because I can. Just make sure. Just kind of, let's just play a puzzle game and just kind of match the pieces in wherever they fit. I think this one goes. Nope. And this one will go here. Maybe. I don't know, for some reason this is not fitting how I want it to fit, but whatever. Where's my white eraser? I'm just going to erase my pencil marks because, like I said, I went under the pencil marks. I'm just going to glue these down real fast. Again, this step is optional. If you're giving it as a gift, you can do this just to kind of cover up your chipboard, but you don't have to. Just making sure that it's not coming through the other side. And then this piece, I'm just gluing the piece of paper. I know it's off frame, but I'm just gluing. Y'all know how to glue. And I'm just going to cover it like so. Cover up that chipboard. Okay, I'm going to pause this and do the other two sides. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with all except for the last piece. If you want, we're going to use magnets on here, like the large magnets. If you want to cover the magnets, go ahead and put your magnets before you put your corner pieces down. I am not bothered by the magnets being shown, so I'm just going to put my last corner piece down and be okay with it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I forgot that part. I forgot to tell you guys we're going to use magnets. Okay, so this is the inside of it. Again, this is the part that, this is not the focal point. I'm just giving it as a gift, so I'm just going to take a little extra time for the details. Okay, but not too much time. Okay, so there is our front frame. And actually right now we can do our magnets. So if you did your magnets, if you want to do your magnets before you put your corner pieces on, then it's fine. Make sure you line your two pieces together so you know which way is what, because I want mine to open with the 10.5 side, going left to right, and the 11-inch side up and down. So line it up that way. Where's my large magnets? So I'm just going to use 2 sets of large magnets. So I need 2, and these are the basic gray and the countrycraftcreations.com. So there's 1 set. These are the large, and they look like this. This is the small basic gray magnetic dips, and I don't, yeah, these ones are, no, those are small as well, but these are the large size. Okay, whoa. So however way you want yours to open, put your pieces on. I'm just going to put, 2 should be enough. Yeah, I'm thinking 2, because I don't think you're going to put anything super thick. You can put a third. Well, you know what? Let's do it. The magnets aren't that expensive. So let's go ahead and put a third one, a third set in there. Because they're really not that expensive. Like $5, I think. Okay. I just put mine in the middle. And then I'm just going to move my negative. Actually, no, I'm not. You can add extra glue if you want. I feel they're strong enough with just the tape they come with. You can put a little glue dot under there. You can put some score tape. I'm okay with it just like this. If you want to be fancy and put a flower over it, I don't, you know, do what you want. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and cover this bottom piece. I'm just taking a piece of the linen cardstock in the cream color. And I'm just going to glue this right on. Nothing fancy. Just glue it right on. Okay. So let's do it. And again, if you want to score tape around it first and then glue it down, you can. Whatever makes your heart happy. Okay. So we're just going to eyeball the middle and This is where you want to make sure you are using your spatula, your credit card, your varnishing, whatever you have. Get that glue spread around. You want that adhesion. Okay. I will go ahead and use score tape for this as usual. Just for camera time so I don't have to hold it. Our glitter glue dries pretty quickly, but I like to hold it for like 20-30 seconds. That's probably overkill, but just to make sure that it's adhered. But for camera's sake, I will just use score tape. Again, with this method, you can do Tammy's squares, or you can do the traditional mitering where you just kind of guess. It takes about the same time, so either way. And make sure we varnish this in really well. Okay. And now, again, we're going to train our paper. You're going to manipulate this paper because you're the boss. That's one thing that you don't want to forget, that it's just paper. Do not be afraid. If it cracks, if it tears, you can always just stick wet glue on it. It will take care of it. Don't be afraid. That's just room for an embellishment, some trim, some lace, whatever. Okay, there's that. And I think I will do the squares again. So, or actually they're more rectangle than square. So you're just cutting out that where they intersect. You're just cutting out that square rectangle. So that way you have a perfect corner every time, and you don't have to add the extra little pieces. So like I put my score tape on first and then I varnish it because I used to varnish it the traditional way, and I don't know if I've explained this with the first picture frame. I can't remember. If you cut it too short, you're going to have raw chipboard. That's where these come in handy, because you can just stick it right on there, and then if you cut it too short, you can't even see it. So that's my spiel. Okay, and I'm going to miter in just a smidge bit, which I think I just did that one too much. So I may need my my little tape, the leftover piece. I think I did tell y'all, but since I've been doing this video, 9 million people have come in here and asked me questions. Okay, only 2, but okay. Glue again in the crevice and down. Other side. I like to do opposite. Some people do one side and, you know, like they'll do bottom, right, whatever. I like to do opposite. That one, whatever. Just have to redo my crease line. Come back and glue and crease line. So this one where I had messed up and I didn't pull it tight enough, you can kind of see it's a little bit wonky because I did not pull this bottom one tight enough. So we're going to try to lift this up and pull it tight enough. I'm okay with these wrinkles because they're on covered anyway. But you can smooth it out. You can cut that little, let me show you how to fix it real fast. When you get one of these little bobbles, you take your scissors, you cut it, you take your glue, and you layer over it, and you can't even see it. But again, I'm not bothered by it because I'm covering it up anyway. Okay, and then one more side. Just the bottom. just going to make sure you really pull those edges. Okay, perfect. I'm just trimming this piece here is slightly over. No big deal, like a 16th of an inch. Okay, there we go. So now my frame, oops, looks like this. Okay, so stinking cute. And here is that option where you could have put the tape first. I'm putting my tape now. This one here, I put the tape before I covered, and now I'm going to have to cover, you know, make strips. And then I'm going to have to cut the strip and fold it over, and, you know, it's going to just be extra work. This wasn't that much work. So it's really up to you. It's your preference. I can show you, I might show you guys on that. If I feel like doing it, probably not. But, so take your shipping tape, and we are just going to, oh, come on. I got some chipboard fibers on mine, so I do want to peel, you know what, I'm going to cut that. I don't know why I'm trying to say I have a whole roll here. Okay. There we go. Okay. I don't like using the cutter thing that comes with it, because sometimes it freezes, and I don't have time for fraying right now. Okay, so I'm going to move this piece aside for right now. We're just going to come back to our frame. Okay, I'm sorry. I got to clean some of the stuff off my desk or I can't move. Okay. So again, watch where your magnets are. So the opposite side of your magnets is where you're going to put your tape. I'm laying mine on top. I'm just going to do mine probably a ½ inch in. I'm just, oh, maybe I'll do a little bit more. I'm just eyeballing it, really. Yeah, you know what? I do like these stripes on here. I do like that. And then I'm going to flip it over. This is where, this is your choice. We can, oh my gosh, I keep putting mine the wrong way. That's why I keep, before I do anything with tape, I just keep making sure which is what. You can butt this right up against each other, because that tape will give it some extra, that tape is really flexible. Or you can give it about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to give it 1/8 of an inch just so it has a little bit extra. I'm going to cheat it so I don't have to eyeball it, and I'm going to do the 1/8 of an inch score tape for 2 reasons. 1, so I don't have to eyeball it, and 2, so that way if I choose to keep the backing on, then it's not sticky. But I'm not going to keep, I'm not going to keep the backing on. I'm going to do something else. I will show you that in just a minute. So I'm putting the wonky side in because it's wonky. So my straight edge is over here to the right. So I'm just going to lightly, I'm lightly pressing it on just to make sure I like that. And I do. So I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to varnish. I'm just going to go ahead and varnish, and I mismeasured my tape, so it's not all the way at the top, but I'm okay with that. I am going to cut off this overhang on the bottom. So there's that, and that little piece. Just trying to fold it up. So now we have this piece in here that's sticky. Mine's a little wonky because of the way that I did my paper. I'm okay with that. I'm going to actually take this off. You can put baby powder on this so it doesn't so it doesn't stay sticky. You can run a glue stick over it, and then once that glue stick dries, it won't be sticky. I'm putting glitter. Glitter solves every problem. So I'm just gonna go off camera and glitter this up in my trash can. You can put it over a plate, but you're using so little. I'm just gonna do it over the trash can. Just shake it off into the trash can. And now my inside is glittery and it's not sticky anymore. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is go ahead and peel my magnet tape off. Again, this is your preference. If you didn't want the magnets to show, you could have put them on before you covered. Or if you feel you need to score tape them down, you can do all that. I feel it doesn't need it, but again, this is supposed to be fun and is not supposed to cause you anxiety. So see, mine worked just fine. I'm just going to press these ones down some more. Press them down. And voila. Done. So if you want to put the piece of acetate in there, you're just going to take your sheet of acetate and you're just going to tape it in. Again, I'm just going to tape it in. I don't mind that the tape will show because it's on the inside. So you can, this was an 8.5 by 11, but I cut about 1.5 inches off. So mine's probably about 7 by 11. I just needed the extra piece for something. So this is like a scrap piece of acetate. And so all I'm doing is putting some score tape around it. Honestly, I don't know if you can art glitter glue acetate. You probably can. We'll find out on another thing. I'm thinking you can. I feel like you should be able to. Okay, where's my bone butter? Let's go ahead and varnish this really well. This is the only thing I don't like about acetate is that it picks up everything on your desk. Okay, for me, I'm just going to remove all 4 sides and just lay it where it lays. If you want to just do one side at a time, that is your preference. Probably a little less crazy town. I'm the mayor of Crazy Town, so I'm okay. So just lining it up and making sure it doesn't go over. And I think we're golden. Just dropping it and varnishing. Where's my... Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that tape showing. It barely shows. Okay. One more thing, guys, and we're done. See, I got my chipboard fibers on there. Okay. Back. What was this? 10.5 by 11. So I'm gonna do the back of it. This page, and if you're gonna put, you can actually do a couple different things before you put this backing on. If you want this so it can hang on your refrigerator, honestly, I would just put one big magnet back here. You can get those big black ones, or you can just put a couple of the large basic gray magnets, or if you have a magnetic clip or something, if you want to, you know, clip this onto, I don't know, something, you can put that on there. Mine is just going to, let me think. I feel like mine, I'm just gonna, let me see. I think I'm gonna make something to put on the back. So I'm not gonna cover the back yet because I think I'm gonna make a stand or something so that way it can just stay up. Or I might put magnets so it can stay in the refrigerator. But I need to see, I will test it to see how many magnets we'll need to, if we're going to use these tall ones. But at this point, I am going to put, let's just, I think I'm going to decorate it. I think I'm going to put these pencils over the line here and put like some little cards and decorating. So you guys will see the decoration part later. Oh, you know what? You can use these triangles to make a little stand somehow. Let me put this on pause and see what I can do. Please hold. Okay, I think I figured it out. I am loving the pause button. Okay, so I just took one of the triangles and I want it a way that the board, your picture frame, lands or leans on the triangle to hold it up.